Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movies Worth Seeing. Today's episode, we will be discussing the latest Marvel extravaganza. That is Fan Four Stick.
Fan Foreskin.
Fan Foreskin. Fantastic Four First Steps. So how does this Fantastic Four stack up against the three other films and the bootleg film that they made back in 1994? How did this stack up, especially considering the success of James Gunn's Superman, which is meant to be the start of a whole brand new DC cinematic universe? And the short answer is, they both suck for completely different reasons. We just got out of the theater, straight out of the theater from watching Fan Four Stick First Steps.
And foreskin.
It was a movie. I don't know what else to say. If you had seen our Superman review, I was pretty much saying that that film had no emotional investment, no emotional weight. This film spent the first 5 minutes blowing its load across the screen for us to show us all the cool shit that Fantastic Four can do with their powers.
It blew its load all over the screen.
It prematurely blew the load, and then for the next hour and 50 minutes, we were just sitting there on our hands, just being like, okay, when is stuff gonna happen? Like, I literally was getting so fucking bored at one point that I started talking to ChatGPT. So I was like, okay, ChatGPT, if the movie started at this time, when's it supposed to end? Man, this movie was 2 hours and it felt like it. There was a young, rambunctious kid in the back row of the cinema who wouldn't shut up.
Is she dead? What's going on? Are they flying in the car? Yes,
Check out dead. Just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus so that you can watch it in your own time. It kept you awake though.
Yeah, that was the great thing. Kept me awake, kept me engaged. That kid back there is keeping me on my toes. But it does bring up a good point. Like, this kid is bored. I'm bored.
They're not being engaged. They're not in the
Because
flow.
there's no action. Controversial opinion, but I actually think 2005 Fantastic Four was more interesting underneath all that triple cheese, more cheese than a fucking Domino's pizza. There was still lots of great moments in there. I didn't get anything from this except this long-winded build-up of like, how are we gonna deal with Galactus? We'll try this thing, it didn't work. All right, we'll try this thing, it didn't work. Why don't we just try luring to Earth and just battling him? Great. That's what I fucking wanted for like 2 hours, for you to just battle Galactus.
Don't get us wrong, he looks fantastic.
He looks great, sounds great.
Amazing.
But in the last 5 minutes of the movie, it's like we're finally getting this battle between Fantastic Four and Galactus, and it's not even that exciting. You don't even see a lot.
He has 4 minutes of screen time in a movie that's like a little over 2 hours. 2 hours.
It's just so simplistic in this. It's like, okay, what does Galactus want? He's cursed to devour planets. Why? Who cursed him? Like, I know nothing about him. Thanos, like, we got so much depth and layers to him. How can we go from that to Galactus where it's just so simplistic of he's a giant dude, he's purple, and he wants to eat planets because he needs to feed on planets. You know, it improved on some things from the other movies. At least Galactus wasn't a fucking dark cloud like in Rise of the Silver Surfer. But man, like, forget Galactus. You guys don't know how to do Galactus, so just let it go. It's like X-Men with the Dark Phoenix. You just don't know how to do it, just give up. Do someone else. Get obscure villains. Give me a villain where the superheroes are just battling him for the last half hour in the climax. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, and that's the end of the review. Thanks for having me along.
So I'm joined by Addy. Sorry, not Addy. Asian Addy. Martin. I'm joined by Martin Young on today's episode. Martin, what did you think of Fan Four Stick?
Fan Foreskin is like, I think coming in, I had like tempered expectations. I usually like to say I want to go into a movie blind with no preconceived biases, but for superhero and especially Marvel movies, that's not possible now. I already going having expectations about the way that the formulaic storytelling is going to play out, and I was going in with like a solid sort of 7 out of 10 expectation. Now that we're fresh out of the cinemas, I will give my final score at the end, but it actually has downgraded a bit for me. Not great, not terrible, just a big meh for majority of the movie. And it's always just sad walking out of a movie theater thinking like, I can't hate this movie because this is just a movie of wasted potential. And it's like, I can't hate you for it. You could have done so much more.
Well, that's what pisses me off the most with Fantastic Four movies is like you have 4 characters, distinct characters with great superpowers. Like, what is so fucking hard? Superman tried to juggle 10 million characters. This film honed in on the family.
I got family.
Yeah, that encompasses the whole like Fantastic Four storytelling, the family dynamic.
Family.
The immature little brother, the mature older sister, the book smart, like nerdy.
The dumbest
Dad.
smart guy, Reed
Yeah.
Richards, which
And
we'll
then-
get
yeah.
into.
Yeah, and then we have like the gentle giant, you know, Ben Grimm, the thing. It almost feels like a family dynamic that writes itself, doesn't it? And as
would
they have
think.
in the, you would think, yeah.
Family.
Let's try and start with some good.
Oh.
Let's try and get into some good
Okay.
here. I'm thinking back and I'm like, man, Vanessa Kirby, phenomenal actress. This Marvel movie doesn't undercut its emotional beats with shitty humor that doesn't work. The way she displayed the range of intense emotions
As a mother.
as a new mother, just dealing with this heavy burden that Galactus puts on the team. That was phenomenal. And I loved the chemistry between Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal, we know that dude can act his ass off, and we know he's great for bringing an intense presence. I guess one thing I would say though is there's times where I was just like, can you give us a bit of lightheartedness, just a tiny bit? He just delivers all of his lines in this very like, we don't know how we're gonna deal with Galactus. We failed. Like there's this tonality he has throughout the whole fucking movie that just sucks all of the life out of his character. By the end you're like, man, can you give me like a smile or something?
We will protect you.
It did make me think a character trope of his kind is supposed to be like semi-cocky know-it-all. And this time we're seeing him not have the answers. And I think that only works if we've had a scene beforehand that does show his scientific confidence where he always has like the smart answer to everything.
Yeah, like if we had seen them deal with another villain.
And he has all the mathematical answers and stuff, and he's like a quick thinker, and then it would have worked to see like the devastation of a smart guy who's supposed to have a hand on everything, not have a hand on everything. That then we would have felt the dread even more. But this is like the only time we've seen him sort of like working out the math and being like, I can't figure it out, guys. I can't figure it out.
I mean, in some ways it was good that like you could tell Galactus is challenging them as superheroes and it's like their first huge challenge
yeah.
where they don't know what to do with this guy, to the point where they're like, we tried negotiating with him and it didn't work. But then there's these moments of Reed Richards being, I mean, perhaps it is that idea that he is the dumbest smart person, because at one point in the story, he tells the entire world something he didn't have to tell them. And me, in my mind, I was like, why? The journalists are just like, so guys, you know, how did you go with Galactus? Did you kick his ass? And Reed Richards is just like, no.
Yes and.
Not yet.
And then proceeds to be like, okay, so here was the 411. We negotiated with Galactus. We said to him, please don't eat our planet. Galactus said no, unless you give me your baby. We said, fuck off. No, we're not doing that. And
Leave things on a need-to-know
and now
basis.
we're here.
God.
So we don't know what we're gonna do now.
You can picture like their PR team just going like, yeah, maybe don't mention it, don't mention it.
I actually missed the cheesiness and the goofiness of the old Fantastic Four movies.
Right.
And that kind of goes the same with Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm.
Which you like, you leveled up to like level 47 or whatever in Ultimate Alliance. You know, he's a great character. But
Completely
again,
irrelevant, but yeah.
yeah, but
Yes, Martin. Chris Evans is such a powerful, charismatic figure.
yeah, the annoying little brother that will just say the most outlandish things. The
Yeah.
ladies love him,
Yeah,
but then
he's
with your
so
immaturity.
cocky and so arrogant, but it's so much fun to watch.
Is it true what they say about him that he can expand any part of his anatomy?
Well, I've always found him to be a little limp.
They've dialed it down here.
They've dialed it down to like, if Chris Evans was like a 10 on the scale, they've dialed it down to a 2.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I mean, you're gonna ruin your appetite.
I'm hungry.
Ben and Johnny bicker a little bit, but nowhere near as much as they do in 2005 Fantastic Four. Ben Grimm can't stand Johnny.
And that's funny. That's great popcorn. Where'd all that confidence
Where'd
go?
all the cockiness and all the fun go? Don't want to rock the boat, guys. We can't have him flirt with any girls because
Not
it's
in this day and age.
It's 2025 and men aren't allowed to flirt with women.
Even though this is like the retro futury 1950s or whatever.
Which, by the way, never gets explained at all. It's just roll with it. It's futuristic, but it's retro, and don't ask any questions about why this universe is different. It's just the multiverse, and just shut up and accept it.
But rounding off Ben Grimm, what do you think of him?
The great thing, in the 2005 Fantastic Four, because it's the origins of them, you get to see Ben Grimm like hating becoming the Thing.
Reed, look at me!
And they don't even touch on it in this. There's like one shot
Yeah.
of Ben Grimm looking at the TV screen, seeing his former self. They allude to him maybe wanting this relationship with this girl, but it never goes anywhere. She gets one scene with Ben Grimm to show more of his humanity that he yearns for, of that connection with a woman. But the movie's like, nope. Fuck that. The Thing did fuck all in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's even one point where they're trying to do something to Galactus and they're kind of working as a team. He's running through these pillars and it didn't do anything. I don't actually remember what the point was of it. Let's play a little game. Let's have Superman versus Fantastic Four first steps as far as what we feel is the better film. Villain. I'm going to have to give it to Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Action sequences.
Superman again. By virtue of the fact that there's more of it versus a grand total of one set piece. Music, definitely Fantastic Four. I'm still humming it, you know, in the back of my mind. Acting, look, it's a toss-up really, given like what the actors had to work with. Cinematography, man, I can take it or leave it. Like if
I feel like
Fantastic Four
at least had a distinct look.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give it to Fantastic Four then. I only wish that they leaned into the retrofuturism and the cosmic horror more. Yeah, look, Galactus, for his limited screen time, all 4 minutes of it, I was wishing that I watched this in the full IMAX aspect ratio. You could tell that, like, composition-wise, there was a lot of headroom that they had to cut off. Like, when he turns around to look at the Statue of Liberty, they're unable to fit all of that into the cinematic aspect ratio.
Pacing. Gotta give that one to Superman because Superman had a lot of action, but I'd rather a lot of action and a lot of fun versus Fantastic Four just blowing its load in the first 5 minutes and then us essentially waiting for it to get back going. Rewatch value goes to Superman. Memorable scenes.
Look, to be honest, neither of the two have any memorable scenes, so it's a toss-up, I would say.
All right, so pretty much, but we can easily say that Superman has won.
Yeah, we're not exactly raising a high bar with this comparison, are we?
It won by default. So final ratings for Fan Four Stick Foreskin. I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 5. Fan Four Stick is better than 2015 Fan Four Stick, but that's still not saying a lot. It's serviceable. It's okay if you wanted a more emotionally grounded kind of version of Fantastic Four. But if you're like me and you prefer the fun, over-the-top, light-hearted cheesiness, then just go watch 2005 Fantastic Four. But you'll have a much better time with that film.
My score, as I said, I went in already biased thinking like 7 out of 10, and then I alluded to the fact that I think it actually has gone even further down. I would say 6.5 out of 10. The first 5 minutes montage, I was starting to get optimistic that, okay, maybe it will start to like exceed my expectations somewhat.
That opener, I was like, I think this is going to be way better than I thought.
It's going to be like
exactly what I was thinking.
It's going to be like The Incredibles.
Well, I'm going to watch The Incredibles, that's for sure.
Yeah. If you want a good Fantastic Four movies, watch The Incredibles.
Watch The Incredibles. Disney just nailed it 21 years ago. So fuck this movie. Anyway, if you enjoyed this review, please like, share, and subscribe for more movie reviews like this. Until next time,
Flame on!
Sorry, what now?
it's clobbering time.
No, don't say it, man. Don't say it.
I don't like saying it.